Hello and welcome to Furryearsworld, where we're back in Project Ozone 2 land, getting a glorious overview of what we've created so far. We are at some point going to have to, get it on with the farms properly, but that needs some additional work that we're not doing right now. But yeah, getting it on with the farms properly is important because I'm getting bored of digging up the diamond crops and the redstone crops and all of the crops are just getting on my case at the moment. But we made the Philosopher's Stone last time we were here, so we're gonna do some work with that today. I'm gonna see what we can do with it. We've got coal in here. Should have coal in here. We have got coal in here. This is a bonus. We're going to put that in there, and we're going to go bip, 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 and that's going to make that. And we should be able to make a few of them. A few of them buggers. Let's make a few stacks of that, shall we? Because we need to make some red matter and no, dark matter. Dark matter is what we need to make, no red matter. Right, we'll bunk all that into the system. Apart from the last one. We won't bunk the last stack in because we'll use that to actually make the next step in progression. There we go. We've got a few stacks of that junk. And then we'll just do this. And this makes us our antenalis fuel. This is good stuff. You can have that. Oops. Fuel. FU fuel. That's what we want. I may have cocked up a little bit there, but don't worry about it. There we go. So we've got 32 antenalis fuel. Now, I believe to make dark matter, we're going to need a hell of a lot more antenalis fuel, because I believe it's a block of diamond. Diamond. And we need a block of that. I think we need 4 dark matters. I'm trying to remember the recipe now, so we need 4 blocks of diamond. And if we surround that with that, 4 dark matter. Perfect. The perfect amount of dark matter. We will need a nether cube, not a problem. A block of antenalis fuel, that's 9 more antenalis fuel. We might be able to do that with the stuff we've got. I don't know if we will though, because we've burned up 2,000 coal doing that. That's a lot of coal. So I'm not sure if we can get to that point. But molecular assemblers, we need 3 molecular assemblers. That's not a problem. So we're going to need 3 of each of the formation cores. Okay. Let's have a look at the cores. C-O-R-E. We want to take that out and that out. And we want to say to the crafting majig, make me 4 of them. And that should go off and do multiple complicated things all over the systems. Making processors. Is it doing the job? It may have done the job. Core, it has. Okay, so we want to make 4 of them. That confused me. That confused me intensely. I expected to see things going on there, but nothing actually was going on there. So we need 3 crafting tables and 6 quartz glass. How much quartz glass have we got? Quartz glass. None. So we want 6 of them. Off you go. That's job done. And crafting tables, wasn't it? I remember. There's loads of wood in here now. Having used the wood saw to chop up some wood to get some sawdust to make some paper. There's just stupid amounts of wood in there now. It's just the way it happens. What are we looking for here? Oh, these things. Yes, of course. Bop. 1, 2, 3 of them. Excellent. So it's the antenalis fuel that we're going to be striving to complete now. Let's see if we can do it. I don't think we can. And we don't have coal crop anymore. Boop, 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 boop. Oop, I don't actually know the numbers on this that we need. We didn't quite make 4 stacks, which is a problem. Boop, 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 bump. Bump, 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 bump. Yeah, because that doesn't quite make a stack, does it? The next tier should be Antonellis fuel. It is. We could get away. Yeah, we got away with it. Okay, it's good. We got away with it. So that is our block of Antonellis fuel, and we need one of our. Yep. I mean, we're ticking a lot of boxes now. I don't think it's any boxes that we had unlocked, but we are ticking boxes. We need one of these jobbies out of there. Excellent. So we want to make that, please. There we go. Energy condenser. Sweet. So that sits there, and we can put stuff in it and make stuff with it, and that's going to be epic. Is one of these sufficient in the first place? We could do with another one. And you can't make... Yeah, I think you have to actually craft the second one. But we can make the ingredients for it, because the ingredients were all EMC rated, I believe. Yes. Yes. Oh, they don't have an EMC rating, but they weren't the end of the world. It's this and this that are the end of the world. But you need something before you can make something. So I think we've got an Antonellis fuel in here, haven't we? Yes. So we need to make more of that stuff. How are we going to do that, you say? How on earth are you going to make Antonellis fuel from nothing? It's a good question. It is a really good question. Not one I had actually considered I would be answering at this stage. We might not be making Antonellis fuel with that just yet. We might be making something else with that to start with. I think we might potentially be making blaze rods, blaze powder. We might do the cheat machine, full-on cheat machine with it. I'm thinking that's probably a path that we could go down. For those of you who don't know the full-on cheat machine, the EMC rating of blaze powder is higher than the sort of composite construction of the blaze powder sort of thing. So if you pulverize a blaze rod, you get more EMC value. If you then recombine that into blaze rods, you get more blaze rods. So you can turn one blaze rod into multiple blaze rods. If you put that into a spiral thing, then you can get a lot of blaze rods. That's kind of the gist of the thing, I think. Just trying to remember how it all works. So we need probably a pulverizer. And maybe a few filtered item ducts. We'll have a look. Pulverizer. Okay, that didn't help, did it? That just didn't help. PU pulverizer, because we don't want to start converting all of our stuff into EMC. That's not practical at this stage. We don't have enough stuff to warrant doing that, so we need to make stuff to do this. So we want to make a machine frame, because we want this machine to go like, oh, we got a machine frame. That's wizard. That's perfect. So we need a piston, bop, grab. We need 2 of these gears, bop, bop. Good. And we need that. Excellent. So that should give us pulverizer. Top tier pulverizer, don't you know? Top tier pulverizer. We probably want some augments on that. AUG augments. What can we do? We want secondary reception coil, overclocking gearbox module, and space-time unifier. Those are the things we want on there. So we need more bronze, probably. But we can probably knock some of these things out fairly easily. Let's see if we've got what we need in there to start with. Yeah, we do. Okay, that's fine. Do we got any of that? No, we can knock that one out. Okay, that's good. That's good. And what about that one? Yep, there we go. Fully augmented. Up to the 9s. doings. Did we put our conduit in here? Conduit, yes we did. Excellent. This thing might be very power hungry. That's my primary concern. And did we put our ducts in here as well? DUCT ducts. These ducts, vacuum impulse item ducts. Don't know if that's going to be enough. Honestly, do not know. So, we want to have a pulverizer kind of there. And the input on the pulverizer, let's just sort out the inputs. In fact, let's augment the damn thing up to the nuts. And let's just do that. So we want input there, and output can go on top or on the back. On top. Everything that it gets processed out of this goes out the top. That's fine. Power that up. It should charge up nicely off this fella. The only limiting factor here, I think, is going to be the capability of these ducts to actually transfer power. And then that goes up and across, and then we use the crescent hammer to say, no, we don't want that there. Excellent. So we want a servo there that's only going to pull out blaze rods. And that's just going to output the stuff back into it. That should work. That should work. So let's see if we've got a servo. We could do with a top tier servo, to be fair. SCRVO servo. One of these jobs. Resonant servo. So that is hardened glass, which shouldn't be a problem. Iron nuggets. Can we actually make that? No. We need more Enderium. Enderium craft. 10. Next. Start. And we need hardened glass, which we should have a recipe for. Oh, we got hardened. Yeah, we just haven't got the iron nuggets by the looks of things. Yeah, iron nuggets. Iron. So let's just clear that recipe out. Put the iron in. Grab the nuggets out. Put the iron out. Shake it all about. You do the hokey cokey, and you still haven't got any Enderium in there. Let's try again. There we go. Perfect. And we've got the blaze rods on us. Excellent. Alright, let's see if we can make some EMC over here, shall we? So that goes on there. And then that is programmed to pull blaze rods stack at a time, or as much as possible at a time. And well, let's just knock that down to 1 initially. We got the option to boost that, but 1 will do initially. One at a time. Okay, perfect. We want to blacklist, whitelist. We want to whitelist only blaze rods being pulled out of there. We want to set this so that it makes blaze rods. And we want this to pulverize a blaze rod. And that's made 2 blaze rods. This should then be active. And that should just keep getting blaze rods, like that. And then this should just build up blaze rods. Fantastic, that's what we wanted to see. We are now making blaze rods. So we'll throw that pile of blaze rods in there as well. And we will tell this, now that we've got a lot more in there, start pulling more at a time. 10 at a time. And things should start going a little bit mental. Like that. That's the kind of thing we wanted to see. We are now making EMC hand over fist in a ridiculous fashion. It is literally ridiculous. We can stop the whole process. Actually, we might just bang a lever on this bad boy so that we can shut it down. Because we don't want this running constantly. We don't want it running all the damn time. Did we make the lever then? I thought we made the lever then. Make the lever. I was distracted. I didn't make the lever. Bop. We'll set that to high signal required. That should stop everything in its tracks. And that's just happily chewing through the backlog, making up the blaze rods. That's good. That's what we wanted. We can turn that on. And that just kicks the whole shooting match off again, and things start building up again. That's what we wanted to see. So we're making a EMC, crazy amounts of EMC. And we can, at this point, we need to actually grab some blaze rods out of there, just so we've got some blaze rods. We need something stored somewhere just to say, yeah, we've got blaze rods. Otherwise, we're just gonna have to go and kill a blaze again, and we don't want to be pillicking about. We don't want to be doing that. So we're just gonna grab an antennalis fuel. Really, I should have a samples chest and an EMC room, a specialist EMC room. All right, so that's happily chewing away there, making blaze rods. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna knock that off temporarily. That will all calm down. Then it will all buff out and make a stack of blaze rods, which we will then take out. And then we will tell it to make antennalis fuel, like so. And we'll see how much of that we can actually make with all this junk we've got in here. I'm thinking not a lot, looking at the speed it's going through at. Antennalis fuel seems to be diamond levels of expensive. But if we can make an additional condenser machine, then I think we're going to be well on our way to achieving great success. And I seem to remember we need, what do we need? We need 8 antennalis for each dark matter. And we need 4 of them, so that's 32 antennalis there, plus another 9, so it's 41 antennalis fuel we need. So this process isn't going to be sufficient, but we can clean this EMC out on the get-go here, and then just let the machine run for a bit and build up. I mean, it is entirely cheating, but it's not as cheating as we're going to get. We will be working with demon steel at some point, and some of the demon steel maths is a bit twitchy as well, and you can do this trick with demon steel maths as well. And that's just going to be epic when we get around to doing that. So we made 21 antennalis fuel. So bear in mind, we started with like 32 blaze rods. We've made 22 antennalis fuel, and we're not done yet. So this is the crazy way forward that we're going to use to make this, because some of the requests that the questing book is going to quest us to do are insane. They are literally bat poo crazy insane levels of production, and the only way we can do that is by having crazy levels of cheat machines. I mean, it is cheating technically, but it's going to be cheating on an industrial scale. It's industrial scale cheating. That makes it good cheating. So yeah, a blaze rod is 256, and the byproducts you get just add up to way more than 256. Crazy times it is. There we go. So we got 39 antennalis fuel. That's not too shabby. So we will tell this to make blaze rods. We'll put all those in there, and we will turn this system back on. And away it goes. Away it goes, making crazy amounts of stuff. It will jam eventually. It will jam. That's fine. We can live with it jamming. Once we've got a more sophisticated system, we can start tapping off. We have actually got enough antennalis fuel there to make an additional storage device. So we could be pulling out stacks of blaze rods from that system, and it will do the job. Possibly. We'll think about that. But that's a job for next time. So, from Furryearsworld for now, we're going to go with a cheery old ta-ta.